Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another New York session here with the NFP today. The first comment I got on the YouTube chat is, "Hey, Raja Banks, I've been following you when you had $1 million in this account." Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right. Since I'm not going to be trading here at all today, I'm probably just going to be analyzing charts and just like looking at things here. But I think I'm only going to do one trade. I'll take one trade today, and that trade is going to be for NFP. That's the only trade I'm going to take today. It's going to be on NFP. That's it. I'll follow your trade on gold buys. Oh, very nice. Beautiful. People who got gold buys, amazing. They ran out. Well, I got my break even. Yeah, I basically got out at break even. You know, I was hoping, well, we created a support down at 1700, and once we break above this area, I took a buy. I was like, okay, you know what, it should continue up till 1704, 1705, but it basically stopped me out, you know. Can you explain how to understand? David, have you gone through the database, the complete database? Have you gone through the simulations? Not complete. Yeah, you got to complete that. You have to complete that because because it's a very, very long explanation. I can't explain it on the live stream here. You have to go through that. Yeah. Hey, you are a pro trader? No, I'm not a pro trader at all. I'm watching you for 6 months and now I've enrolled for Market Fluidity. Oh, very nice. Why did you make such a rookie mistake? It wasn't necessarily a rookie mistake. It was the first trade. You know what I should have done? I should have kept my stops below this candle. That's what I should have done, because now when I look at this, right? So let's take a look at, right. So this was the trade I took. You know, I entered at 1701.63 just as the candle closed. You can look at the time right here. I should have left my stops below this candle, and then I should have left it run. I think that was a mistake I made. Or probably I could have just, you know, closed out 50% and I would have left the rest run. I could have done that, but you know, it is what it is. Every time, like, you know, when your trade hits break even and trade goes in profit, just take a look at that and see that, okay, what could you have done differently? Could you have closed half, 50%, 70%, whatever, you know? So that's what I could have done. Did you manage to make 7 figures in August? I believe so. I read all the details of FXM Pro. One question: commissions are going to be the same. Spreads are always variable, so they're going to be a little here and there. Should I email someone? Please email the access to database when you can, please. Okay. Boxma. If your name is not the same on Slack, so I don't know. Just tell me your name on Slack. I'll check out the access right now. So what we're going to do is we will do a complete breakdown on gold, and we'll see what goes on over here. So basically, we're rejecting this support down here at the bottom, right? But before we even get into that, we got to take a look at forexfactory.com. We're going to take a look at the non-farm payrolls. Name is Boxma in Slack. Let's see over here. BBBB. Okay, you didn't send me a message. Boxma. Okay, yeah, just send me your email in Slack. So we got NFP here. They're anticipating a lower number, right? They're forecasting a lower number, which means that gold should go up. Now, two scenarios can happen, right? Number one scenario is something that's happening right now, which if you can take a look at the charts, you can see that, okay, you know what, we're rejecting, they're anticipating a lower number, so maybe it's priced in at this point, right? Priced in means that the market knows gold's going to go up, so they already start to make gold go up, so it doesn't go up much more when the news comes, right? So that's what we're seeing happening right now. That price is actually rejecting 1701, and it's actually retraced 54 pips at this time from pre-London to London Open till now, right? So because they're anticipating bad numbers, so price is already reacting to that anticipation, right? Second thing gonna happen is, which we've seen in the past, is that price does retrace, right? Price retraces to anticipate a bad number, but when the news does come out, there's a whipsaw and then price starts to drop, you know. But that dropping is sort of like speculation and speculative analysis, you know, it's not really recommended. But, you know, before the news, you can kind of like mentally prepare yourself that, okay, that may happen sometime. So we'll have to wait and see. All in all, we'll have to wait and see what the news does before, like, you know, before the news comes, then we can do all sorts of analysis, but all those analysis, they mean nothing if news just pushes price, you know, somewhere else. So that's something we'll have to wait and see what happens on gold in about, I'd say 2 hours. Oh, Boxma, you already have access to the database. You already have access to the database, man. All you got to do is go to announcements, and there are a bunch of announcements there which say, if you don't have access to the database, reset your password. And then it says again, if you don't have access to the database, yeah, just see announcements. There are links right there to reset the password. But if it still doesn't work, then we're probably gonna look at it after the stream. How's that selectivity works in market fluidity? I don't know. We have a compliance team, and the team is going to look through every person who registers for market fluidity. There's going to be a vetting process. So through that, like, you know, if you get selected, you'll get the enrollment email. If you don't get selected, you will get your refund in PayPal, and you won't get access to market fluidity. Is your funding account partnership out? Yes. Check my Instagram stories. You're at the point where break-even is a monthly wage in Europe. Break-even is a monthly wage in Europe? No, but the commission, it's $1,000 commission right here, flat out. You know. So. Take a look at my GJ cells. Manage my risk. GJ cells. I was looking at it pushing up over here. Let's take a look at these cells over here. 30-minute impulse entry. Risk was 2%. Trade idea was that price broke up, pushed back down, creating a okay once price manages by. Very nice. You managed risk. Very nice. First trade of the month plus Friday, so it's best to be sensible. That's correct. Awesome, Mustafa. Very, very well done. Managed risk. Managed risk, that's perfect. Okay, so looking at gold right here now, I mean, looking at the 4-hour time frame and looking for some, like, you know, technical levels, this is the only thing I see on the 4-hour, right? Like, you know, there was a rejection right here around, you know, what was this? 1st September, we had a rejection here. So maybe price may reject this area to move on down. Who knows? We got news, and this news is going to be very, very tough news, because, you know, they're expecting a massive change. In massive change, there's a massive move. So I guess the best scenario is going to be just to, like, wait it out, wait to see how news affects price. But so far, it looks like price is affecting this rejection we had to the left hand side. If for some reason someone is looking for sells, you have to wait to see a support form, and when we break that support, then price can move on down. Okay, so this is a perfect example we have in the YouTube chat, and this is why you will be given a refund and you will never enter market fluidity. So Mr. Anwar Sadat says, hello Raja, I paid for market fluidity yesterday, but still did not get any email from market fluidity. So what happened is that you failed to read the description, which says that please allow 24 to 48 hours, right? And it has not been 48 hours yet. So for this reason, any email we get in Market Fluidity about, hey, why didn't get my email, you're automatically being given a refund and you can no longer join Market Fluidity. Congratulations. Because if you can't analyze a simple description, you cannot analyze charts. And trust me, like trading is not going to be a reality for you, because you need to do a lot of analyzing here in charts. There's a lot of analyzing. There's a lot of way, because I mean, if you don't have the ability to read properly and to dissect information, then I'm sorry, man. Trading is going to be way harder. It's going to be way hard for you. So, all right. Do you struggle managing more than one business? No, I don't. I have a team. I sent the email about website recreation. Please let someone from your team talk to me. Yes, someone's gonna send you an email back. How can I save my small size account? Like blowing multiple times, it would be a great help for me. Any suggestion? 1 to 2 trades a day. 1 to 2 trades a day. That's all what you got to do here today. 1 to 2 trades a day for the September. Okay, so whoever's trying to grow your account, whoever's trying to build discipline, confidence, this is all what you got to do. As a challenge for the month of September, focus on 1 or 2 trades a day. That's all what you got to focus on. 1 or 2 trades a day for the month of September. Right? If that doesn't work in the month of September, if you don't get to a place where you were before profitably, man, you can go ahead and tell everyone I'm a scam, I'm a bad trader, I'm a bad mentor, all that, right? But just stick to 1 or 2 trades for the month of September. Just September. And then you will see a change. If you don't see a change, then you got October, November, December, the whole 2023 to do all the dumb shit you were doing before. Go back to all those bad things you were doing. But just for 1 month, stick to 1 or 2 trades. And I can guarantee you things are going to change. 100%. Let's take a look at this trade by Jitu. Jitu Verma. What's this? US 30. I've started reviewing this chart since a week. Will NFP affect this? Oh, yeah. Yep. It's US. And if it's going to affect anything related to the US, anything and everything. When you use buy stop, sell stop, do you know your probability in doing so? No, I don't. When I use buy stops and sell stops, there's an equal opportunity for price to move up and an equal opportunity for price to move down. I'm logged into the database. Oh, well done. Very nice. Beautiful. See, just had to reset the password. I'm with you since 2020. The best thing ever. Oh, thank you, Marvin. Thank you. Appreciate it. What do you think about holding physical gold? Yeah, we got some gold. I'm still holding gold. We got some marriage. Other than that, I don't. We have some holdings in UAE though, so I don't know if that counts or not. But that's the we're only holding that if we lose all cash or something like that. So we're like, yeah, it's better to just hold some gold like that. And power went out. Wasn't there a 40 pip slippage on the last NFP? Yes. Let's take a look at the last NFP we had. Right? All right, let's take a look at the last NFP we had. The last NFP was, I think it was the 5th August, right? It was the 5th August, the last NFP. Numbers were super, super good. See, last August, they were also looking at bad numbers, but they were super, 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 super good numbers. And the way NFP went for me, let's take a look at this August. Let's start from the 4th till the 5th, whatever, right? Oh, hold on. What's this? 4th and the 5th. So it was right here. It was right here. 12. Yeah, it was somewhere there. Yeah, it was right here. Got slipped. Or this. I don't remember. But one of these. It was right here. And then had the buys. I think the buys got slipped. 50 pip slippage. Yeah, that's correct. Do you think all these moves in gold since Asian is a liquidity grab before NFP? I do think so. I think price moving up since Asian session. This is a market saying that we know you're expecting bad numbers. So instead of moving price up at the news time, we're gonna start to move price up before the news to price it in. Let's take a look at this chart here by Ruby Leo. Ruby Leo pound yen buys. Very nice. This is the kind of setup I look for all the time. All the time. Price moves up, creates resistance, retraces, creates support, take a buy, profits. Right, Ruby? That's exactly what happened, right? Price moved up, support formed, take buys, move up. Clean traffic to the left-hand side. And Ruby's going to say yes. 50 pip trade, pre-London to... Oh, pre-London to pre-New York. Oh, very nice. Well done. Wish I would have took a trade on pound yen instead of gold, because pound yen was way easier. I saw dollar is stronger than euro after a long time. You think it's temporary or it'll be something a little while? I have no idea. It's got something to do with inflation a lot too. I'm trading a par firm account, was up over 50% of the challenge, then increased my lot size and lost the challenge. Lesson learned is never increase the lot size out of happiness. That's correct. Only increase the lot size if you know that you're disciplined enough to manage risk. That's the only reason you should be increasing your lot size. Would you trade any setups before NFP? Nope, only NFP. On the stream, only to trade NFP. That's it. I'm only going to trade NFP. Only NFP I'm trading today. That's it. Buy stops and sell stops I'm going to use on NFP. Buy stops and sell stops. Where can I send my trade? I mean, any group I should join. You should join the group of the Gulag right here in the YouTube chat. The YouTube chat is the best group you can join for free. It's a free group you can join every day. Not every day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Every day you can join it. But for next week, the streams are going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Maybe not Tuesday, but Wednesday and Thursday for sure next week. Wednesday and Thursday. Monday I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be in Miami, so Monday we're not going to do any stream. What's your bias on gold for NFP? I have no idea. I've traded a lot of NFPs. I've actually seen a lot of NFPs. If I calculate the amount of NFPs I've seen, so there are almost 52 NFPs, right? So what was it like? June, July, August, September, October, November, December, 7. 7 times, well, 7 NFPs, no times, right? 7 NFPs. 7 plus, yeah, I've seen a lot of NFPs over here. 12 times 5, 60, plus 7, plus 6. Oh, 60 plus... 60 plus 7 plus 6, yeah, 73 NFPs. And I would say my strategy of using buy stops and sell stops above and below the 30-minute candle has been profitable. It's been profitable. Sometimes I lose, but most times it's been profitable. So you're going to find out in about 2 hours. Coming Monday is also bank holiday for the US. Oh, yes, I remember now. Yep, there's a bank holiday on Monday. I forgot about that. I have to send some funds. And then the guy said, well, you can't send funds because it's a bank holiday, buddy. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's a bank holiday. USD and CAD, perfect. So no streaming anyway. Any chance to pay in UK from bank transfer or only PayPal? Only PayPal. Well, you can pay in crypto too. I'll be getting my first payout from a prop firm after months of hard work. It feels amazing. Faraz Aziz, very, very well done. Very well done, my friend. Very well done. What's your CPM on YouTube? I don't know what CPM is. I guess I'll have to check it out right now. I guess I'll have to check out my CPM. And after I check out my CPM, we're going to do a full breakdown. We're going to do a full breakdown on pound yen. After I check out my CPM, I don't even know what that is. Will I find that in analytics? Analytics, okay. Lifetime revenue. My CPM Oh, playback CPM is $12.22. $12. Is that good? My RPM, I don't know what RPM is. RPM is $5.65. I don't know if that's good or bad. But yeah, RPM is 5.65. I don't know about this. Never really looked into this, but yeah. I'm under 18. Can I do Forex full time? No. Okay, let's take a look at pound yen. Let's do some full analysis on pound yen. Let's do like a top to bottom analysis on pound yen. There's no point in doing top to bottom analysis on gold because we have a high volume news coming up. Oh, the analysis on dominion markets always works. Super well, learning a lot using it. Oh, very nice. Someone said the analysis on dominion markets works super well. Very nice. It's from one of our really good students, Salim. So shout out to Salim. He does a really good job at doing those analysis because at dominion markets, we want you to win. The only broker out there that really wants you to win, because the more you win, the more you trade, and the more you trade, the more you pay commissions, and the more you pay commissions, the more profits a brokerage makes. So thank you. How many pips profit do you get in general? Around like 15, 20 pips average. Okay, so let's start off with the daily over here. Starting with the daily, we can clearly see that daily is coming up towards a possible resistance, right? We've also created a possible support right here. So basically we're in a daily range, which is almost like 100 pips. Let's take a look on the 4 hour now. Now looking at the 4 hour, we have to adjust these zones which we drew on the daily, and we got to adjust them down to the 4 hour, right? So first 4 hour here makes sense, resistance. Next 4 hour was, down over here. All right. And now since this 4 hour candle is moving up, we need to ask ourselves that, okay, if the 4 hour candles are moving bullish, they have to move bullish from somewhere, right? And what's that somewhere called? What's the place, a technical area on the charts from where price moves bullish? What is it? What's that technical area called from where price moves bullish? Support. Perfect. So we got to identify the support. The support is right here. We're moving bullish from support. Awesome. Let's now look at this on the 1 hour time frame. Now looking at this on the 1 hour time frame, we can see that this is exactly support on the 1 hour, and the 1 hour candles are moving here bullish. So now we got to identify, if we moved bullish on the 1 hour, where was the 1 hour support? It was right over here. Voice is far away. How about now? This mic is very sensitive, man. You move it a little bit away and the voice moves away. It's a very, very good mic. This is the best headset I've ever bought. Amazing headset. One of the best headsets in the world. You know, one of the most amazing ones, for sure. 100%. This is a USB-C headset. It doesn't use that USB. It's a USB-C headset. One of the best ones. So right now, okay, now let's analyze this based on a 30-minute now. 30-minute created a support right here, and then we moved up. So now basically we're just consolidating on a 30-minute time frame. Now looking to the left-hand side, we have a resistance. So, I mean, we've created a resistance on a 30-minute here as well. The best case scenario for pound yen is going to be for price to retrace, create support, and then continue to push up. That's going to be the best case scenario. Hey, Raja, where can I study US news like FOMC, NFP, PPI, and CPI? Well, the only news you got to study is CPI, NFP, and FOMC. That's it. And the best way to study these 3 news is to look at CPI and what happens when CPI comes. And then look at NFP, what happens when NFP comes. And then take a look at FOMC and what happens when NFP comes. FOMC comes. That's the best way to learn these news events. The best way, and that's how I learned. I just learned by watching. I learned by seeing, okay, where the economy is headed, what's the macroeconomic environment of the US, and then take a look at that. ADP, haven't we learned anything about ADP yesterday? Nothing happened. Price dropped yesterday. Let's take a look at this chart by North Forex. Pound yen created a high. Second candle closed with no wick at the bottom. We have no range for price to go down and price has to reach support. Kind of push back up with no wick at the bottom. It means you have a lot of bullish volume. That's correct. We took a buy. Price went up. Beautiful. Amazing trade. Amazing analysis here as well. This was key analysis right here. Price pushed back up with no wick at the bottom, which means you have a lot of bullish volume. This is perfect. Very nice. North 4x. Looks like you're going north with everything. Yep, just checked it, man. Very nice. Very, very well done. That would have been my same thought. Do we need to have a live account on Dominion Markets to join Market Fluidity? Well, it doesn't mean no. You're not going to join Market Fluidity just because you open a Dominion Markets account. No. What you can do is when you sign up on Dominion Markets, you trade. Once your commissions hit 500, you can get yourself enrolled in Market Fluidity through commissions. That moment when Raja shows the middle finger to the Google. Have you heard about the Takashi Kotegawa, the trader who turned 13K to 150 million? No, I haven't. Takashi Kotegawa. Let's take a look at this over here. Mr. Takashi Kotegawa. All right, let's Google this right here. Takashi Kotegawa. Oh, wow. Looks like someone who would flip 15,000 to 150 million. You know? Bedroom trader, country's most. Oh, yeah. I think. Was this guy from Japan? Yeah, Japan. Did this guy also inspire a lot of housewife traders? I remember reading about this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I read about this. Yeah, I've read about this 100%. And also, if you look at this, I mean, you know, Takashi Kotegawa. Oh, he has an Instagram. Hope he has 4 or 5 Bugattis or something. No, none. Doesn't even have Instagram. How do you get to Instagram over here? Takashi's Instagram. I click it. Should open his Instagram. Takashi Kotegawa. Oh, I got a bunch of fake profiles over here with this guy. Let's try the first one. Oh, made a cool 100 grand. That's probably not him anyway. Yeah, that's probably not him anyway. Takashi Kotegawa. Heard of Christian Gulamagi who turned 5K to 80 million USD trading swing stocks? No, I haven't. I was actually talking about something with some of my friends here earlier, and what we were discussing was what do people with scarcity of money, right? What are the conversations about when you have scarcity of money? The conversations about, oh, I gotta get money, I gotta do this to get money, and I gotta do this to get money, and this and that. Then there are conversations about rich people, right? What do rich people talk about money? Rich people talk about money. Rich people are like, oh, you know, I got this car, I got this house, I got this watch, I got this chain, this car and that car. Wealthy people, they talk about, you know, ideas. Oh, this is a new company I'm going to invest in. This is a new idea I have. This is what I'm going to launch at the same time. And it's not even about wealthy people. It's about a wealthy mindset, right? You could have $1,000 in your bank and all you can talk about is ideas you're trying to execute on. So it's like a wealthy mindset at that time. And I know a lot of guys who are on their come up right now who, have you heard about the trader who turned 70K to 1K in 3 days? Yeah, I know that guy. All right. Let's take a look at this chart over here. Akil Khalid sent a chart. This is resistance formed. Sell at the break of the wick of the current 30-minute candle on gold. Yeah, sure, man. If that works out on gold, I would still say maybe wait for NFP. But if you want to take a sell on gold, sure, go ahead. You need to check Tempest FX to flip 10K to 1.5 million all recorded on YouTube and saying, oh, nice. Nice. Very nice. I saw a video of a guy like this where this guy took $200 to 200K. I clicked on it and this idiot just blew an account, funded again with 200 over leverage and risk all got news. Can you help us for flood disaster people in Pakistan? Already am. Why should I join your class while you are teaching here? Well, don't join. I'm not begging you to join. Can I apply for Pakistan for FXM? Please don't give me stupid award of the day. Yeah, you can still join. You can still join. Morning, my mentor. What's your bias on today's NFP? My son. Today we're going to do the same thing as we did the past 60 NFPs. Buy stops and sell stops. Any boot camp in London? London, I'm going to come there when the weather gets starts to get a little bit warmer. Because every time I've been in London, it's been hot. No, it's been cold, chilly. So I want to go experience the sun. All right. Let's take a look at this over here. Oh. Tempest FX. Hey, Rakeel. I know that your class is full in Miami, but could you make room for one more? We can't, man. As much as we would want to, it's already full. Like, trust me, I've had so many people message me, and it just feels so bad just to say no, man. It's literally full to the tits. We told them that we're gonna have a like a camera team. We have a special guest for Sunday as well, and that guest is gonna have a team of 3 or 4 people, and they're like, nah, the guest can only have 2 more people. I'm like, so it's just full. Any hints for the next one? The next one, September, October, November, December, maybe January, maybe like December or January back in Miami. Let's take a look at this chart over here by Steph89. This is entered at the break of the previous 1 hour, but here's what I'm going to do. We're going to try to record important bits of the bootcamp for everyone in Market Fluidity. Yeah, that's what we're going to try to do. Entered at a break of the previous 1 hour candle right here. Oh, nice. Some cowboy entry over here. Because normally, well, you know what? This would still work. Normally I would say that if you're selling after a move up, wait for price to create support and then break down. But that's only feasible when price is in an uptrend, like in a clear uptrend on the daily 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute. When you have a clear uptrend and you want to sell a counter trend, wait for price to create a support, to break the support, and then take a sell. But I guess since we're ranging, this would make sense. Yeah, that would make sense. So let's take a look at this Tempest FX thing over here. We are a visual effects company that deliver quality and speed. Well, where's the trading about this? I guess there is none. I have a very weird problem. I started a $200 account in July. Well, I started a $200 account as well. My first account was a $200 account. I started back in April 2016, and I blew that account in a week. Okay, and I've been profitable since. Oh, nice. But since the start of the week, I've just been losing, making dumb trades. Have you had this before? Well, Mr. Wong, it's not about you started making dumb trades. It's about you forgot the fact that it's the end of the month, right? It was the end of the month. So if it was end of the month, you would have seen that and said, okay, like, you know what? I'm maybe making bad trades. It's the end of the month, and I may just want to stop trading because the new month starts Thursday. That's what you could have done. Post the clips as YouTube shorts on a second channel. That's a very good idea. Have you ever tried options? No. Sir, can you help us for food disaster? Already did. Raja, can you do a trade non from payroll? I don't know. Do you know of a guy called Raja who turned 50,000 to 2 million? 2 million, wow. What color is your Bugatti? None. Have you ever tried options? No. Just saw your funded prop firm. Can I pass the challenge and decide to never trade again? Will I still get paid a monthly salary? Oh, that's a very, very interesting question. So the question is, now this funded company I partnered with, what they do is once you move on to the live stage, you get a monthly salary, a guaranteed monthly salary you get once you go to the live stage. As even if you don't take a trade, you still get a monthly salary as long as you don't blow your risk. But the question is, if I go to the live stage and don't trade at all forever, will I get a monthly salary? That's a very, very good question. I don't think that, yeah, I'll have to ask them, man. That's actually a very good question. How come I never thought of that? Yeah, we're probably going to see what they say. That's a pension scheme. That's a retirement fund right there. Oh, you have to make 7% within 3 months. Yeah, there we go. But you need 7% in 3 months, so you have to trade. They probably have an inactivity timeline. Yeah, like 7%. You got to make 7%. That's not bad, actually, 7% in 3 months. That's actually not bad at all. Best age to start trading Forex? Any age to start trading Forex, man. Any age is great. Yeah, that was a good question from a Pakistani guy. Yeah. You can always count on Pakistanis to look for the easy way out. No wonder Amazon banned their services in Pakistan because Pakistanis were just trying to scam the system. Are you a full-time trader only, or you have other businesses with more consistent profits since Forex is quite risky? To be honest, I have other businesses, and to be very honest with you and very open with you, like I'm very transparent here with everybody here on the live stream, a lot of my businesses have been funded through Forex. A lot of my businesses have been funded through Forex. It didn't tell me about the background checks. I spent $500. Oh, IC markets versus Dominion markets, which is better? This morning, while I was in the washroom, someone sent me a message like that on Twitter. And I thought about making a video, and that video would be titled Regulated versus Unregulated Brokerages. And that video, I think it's going to come out sometime next week. Regulated versus unregulated brokerages. But when you talk about spreads, I think IC Markets has the best of the best spreads in the market. IC Markets, the best spreads in the market, hands down. They're so big. They're worth billions and billions of dollars. We're just a small company. Dominion Markets is a very small company. We're maybe worth like 15, 20 million. Like max, I'd say like 50, 55. IC Markets is worth billions and billions. They have their own liquidity feed. They create their own liquidity. They have amazing spreads. But sometimes their liquidity gets stuck. So I don't know. All those good thoughts come in the washroom. That's correct. The strategy of holding trades from pre-London to pre-New York, do you think that this strategy would work for about 2 years, or did the market change? No, it always works. It's not like it always works. Probability-wise, we've always seen price move a lot between pre-London to pre-New York all the time. It's just the fact that how are you going to position yourself to ride that move out? Sometimes, you get stopped at break-even like I did. I got stopped out at break-even right here. If I would have made the full gain right here till 1706, guys would have turned around and said, oh yeah, it's your brokerage, you manipulate, whatever, right? But I got stopped out at break-even. So at these moments, it's kind of like you have to play around with it to see that, okay, I may go stop out at break even. Do I want to close the whole thing out, or do I want to let's say 50% run, or maybe 90% run, or 10% run? So they do happen. It's just a fact how you're going to position yourself to write the whole thing out. I work for a financial ombudsman service in the UK. The amount of complaints we are referred to us against regulated brokers is unreal. Just because you're regulated doesn't mean you won't get shafted. That's absolutely correct. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Just because you're regulated doesn't mean you won't get fucked. to put it simply. So yesterday was a very tough price action. Made a good loss by looking for a trade to hold from Peeling. Made a good loss. Good loss means like what? You manage risk or what? So let me do this right here. Okay, I just put the link of the guaranteed salary thing in my description on YouTube, so guys can stop asking the questions over and over again. Oh, you overtraded. Oh man. So you know what you did there? Now you know exactly what you did there, right? Exactly. So logically, if you would have just basically stopped, things would have been okay. Logically, if you look at it logically. All right, what problem here? What's this? Oh, there was a rejection right here. Refilled the wick and then we retraced. There was a rejection right here. Rejection, rejection, rejection. This candle right here, it closed like a small body candle, less volume. Even though we had exhaustion up there, it was very tough. I would have looked at price to break below these wicks. I was overwhelmed with emotions and didn't accept the loss. Oh yeah, yeah, it's gonna happen, man. That's gonna happen at times. So what are you trying to do over here? Using pending, pegging. Pending orders for NFP. So wait for NFP. All right, just gotta wait, right? Like a good boy. Can you please make a trade recap video for this week? Yes, I will. I will make a trade recap. I effed myself at the end of the month with overtrading and taking the Raja 30 to 60 day 1 to 2 trade challenge. Nice, Frank. Do that. 30 to 60 days, 1 to 2 trades a day. And trust me, the biggest problem traders have now is that they get overwhelmed with emotions after they take a loss. And the best way to get over that overwhelming situation after you take a loss is by just, developing that discipline. 1 to 2 trades a day and just call it a day. That's it. Excess versus IC markets, which is the better broker? Okay, so let me talk to you about what are good brokers and bad brokers, since there are a lot of discussion about that, right? All the brokerages out there, right? All the brokerages out there, fundamentally, they all work the same. They have the same spreads, almost the same spreads. Some are like, 1-2 pip better than the other, but like whatever. Spreads, any spread you can get below 2 pips is great spread in the industry, right? Same spreads, same commissions, same trading environment. The only thing you got to look at is the execution speed and the way you close your orders, your withdrawals and deposits. That's the only thing you got to look at, right? Executions, withdrawal deposits, that's it. And then what incentive do you get for being a client of that brokerage, right? What are they providing you for you to be their client? For example, with Armenian markets, what we do is for every person who does commissions, there are incentives for that, right? So let's take a look at this, right? Dominion markets, your client on Dominion markets, you get incentives. Incentivize, well, I'm going to paste the link right here. You guys can read through the link right here. So I don't need to explain that. Hi Raja, just tried the subscribe button on FX Monday and it shows error page. It is only on my side or there's an issue. Yeah, there's a flood of people there right now, so probably try after like an hour or something. All right, let's see here. Who owns Dominion Markets? You're looking at the person right here. All right, let's see this here. Let's see here. Is it okay to start a $200 account? That's absolutely fine to start a $200 account to practice. That's the best thing you can do. But to think that $200 is going to grow to some magical number, maybe for the very fortunate, it's going to happen. Would you consider buys on pound yen if you break above the 30-minute candle? See, to look at buys on pound yen, if we break above this 30-minute candle, we got to measure the range, right? So the resistance is like 7 pips away. And then this one right here, 162.550 is 20 pips away. Looking to the left-hand side, right? This area of rejection right here. This is like 20 pips away. So that's the deal you got to take at this point. And looking at the 1 hour time frame, 1 hour candle closed bearish. So, it gets tough. It gets tough. Looking at the 4 hours, bullish, 15-minute, whatever. Yeah, so 1 hour closed bearish, 30-minute looks good, but the range is 20 pips. So now you got to choose your battle. So now this battle is going to be, okay, do I want to execute on the 30-minute knowing that the 1 hour hasn't closed in my direction and knowing that this is a 20 pip range? Or you can say that, okay, since it's a 20 pip range and since the 1 hour didn't close in my direction, I'm going to sit it out, right? I'm not going to execute. But if it does go my way, I'm not going to be emotionally affected by it, because I followed my rules of not taking this trade, even though technically it looks good, right? But if it does go to where you wanted it to go, then you can take a look at that. Okay, if it does break above, let's say 162.580, 162.600, and when you zoom out here a little bit, you could say that, okay, if we close above 162.600, probably at that point, I can take a better trade for price to continue pushing up to 162.820 or even moving all the way up towards 163.200 or whatever, right? So that's the decision you want to make. But if price goes towards, let's say 162.550, which is like, 20 pips away, and you don't enter the trade, you gotta, explain to yourself that you're not going to get emotionally affected by missing the move, because you followed your plan to not take a trade because it's not fulfilling your requirements to take a trade, right? But then it's totally up to you if you want to take the trade or not. Thank you, Raja. I'm a fan since 2019. Oh, very nice. Why Dominion Market is not in the US? Yes. So if you can't find your country in the country list, just choose crypto. Market Fluidity yesterday, when do I get access? 24 to 48 hours. Yeah, just read this. Just read the description, guys. Like, are you guys blind? Just gotta read the description. And please send an email so we can just, not have you in the program because of these dumb questions. Can you please check my analysis about gold? Yes, send it, sir, and we're gonna take a look at that. Yeah, gold over here. Now, Uncle Ted is in the Zoom. Oh, is he? Should we do... Oh, no. That's the fake Uncle Ted. That's not the real Uncle Ted. It's fake Uncle Ted.
What you talking about, Willis?
Oh, it's a real Uncle Ted. Verification completed. How are you, man? You good?
I'm doing well.
Amazing, amazing.
What are you doing?
Oh, great, great. I was just talking to my wife about so how am I gonna adjust my sleep pattern for the next 2 days to combat the jet lag?
Just don't sleep.
Yeah, it's a 10-hour difference, so I'll have to see. Man, you think this move up on gold is pricing in? That's what we think at this point.
No, it's basically a pullback to drop. NFP will be positive again. The US doesn't want NFP or gold to go up. If it does, it's just temporary. I think right now we had the little bit of a retest up on the upper portion there. The challenge is, though, today is Friday, so you always get a bit of a pullback. I don't like the way the monthly candle's forming still, so I think to some degree it could probably go up, create an upper wick, and then drop, because we did dive into that zone that was there. We got into like 1685. I was thinking 1680, so we went deep enough. I just don't know what the catalyst will be for it to now drive back up. I think that's sort of your challenge, is what's the economic catalyst to drive gold back up when we've had the exact same economic and political instability. Like nothing's changed, right? So why all of a sudden is it going to change in like September? So I just think that this is probably a retest. I think you probably have a bit of a drop potentially later on. So you take sells below 1700, we should go back into 1695 again if NFP is good. I took sells already off the top earlier this morning at like 1705, so I'm out for the day.
Oh, nice. Like this past 3 weeks, you've just been hammering sells over there. It's just been sells.
It's been sells. Yeah, the entire time it's just been sells. Like people that have been buying have been just getting squashed because the long-term trend was to sell. I mean, I think there was 1 week that it was like a couple of days that were buys, but they were impulse buys. Like they were going up, and then the one day just dumped afterwards. But I've been always just taking sells.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. What I was thinking was this is just pricing in what they're forecasting a bad number, and looking at last month, amazingly great numbers. And you're right, like nothing has fundamentally changed, and also economically, it's all the same. So if you do see those great numbers again, dumps coming on gold, we may spike up to do a little whipsaw and then just start crashing down.
Yeah, that's sort of the thought process that I have, is that we're going to pull up. I think around 8:15, we'll probably get an idea of direction. Like 8:15, if we start to drive up, then we're going to dump. If at 8:15 we start to drive down hard, we're going to drive up. So I think that's sort of like your just little hint there. But truthfully, I mean, like we always say, I mean, if you've traded well this week and you've made money, I mean, why are you trying to gamble it away today? Like just enjoy yourself. Like it's one of the reasons why I take trades before NFP anyways. I don't want to be part of that mess. Rather just stick it out and just enjoy myself.
Oh, nice. We're gonna do the same old trick: buy stops and sell stops. Last time got slipped 40 pips. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, truthfully, right now it's been pretty bad. Like liquidity wise, it's been very, very choppy. I've noticed that too. Just entering orders and executing, like gold spreads they've been really testing it. It hasn't been very optimal trading conditions in general. I mean, obviously, gold is gold, but just exits and stuff like that, I've been getting slipped all kinds. Like it's actually pretty disgusting.
Oh damn. Yeah, especially in the news, because for me, it's been happening the same. Because if I go 100 or above 70 lots on news, orders get slipped more than the lower lot size that other people use. Yeah, it's been an issue a little bit, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Like I talk all the time, and I'm just like, why am I getting slipped so much? Like I can't be moving the market just with my orders. And it's like, like it's actually pretty bad, like the excuses you get.
Yep.
That's why I'm like always surprised when people show like accounts online and they've done like 100 orders of like 500 lots or 1,000 lots. It's like, how are you getting those fills? Like it's impossible, because I've done it where I've executed like 5 or 6 500 lot trades at the same time, and one position I got slipped like $8.
You're waiting the thing move round and round. You were like, all right, it's gonna close now. Close now.
No, it basically slipped me like $8 at one time. Like it was ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny when I see that on social media all the time too. Like, big orders, massive positions, like 10, 15. I'm like, what? What's going on over there? It's a lot
Yeah,
of
like someone
leverage.
showed me the other day a 10,000 lot trade on gold.
Oh,
Yeah, 10,000 lot trade, and both entries and exits were within the same second, and
oh,
it's the same price. And I'm like, that's impossible. There's no way that the depth of book would have refreshed that fast for you to execute a 10,000 lot trade.
yeah.
Like,
It's like, what they're trying to do, spread arbitrage over there.
yeah, like, and then I get, oh, it's a hedge fund. Yeah, hedge funds using MetaTrader. Yeah, give me a break.
Yeah, no, it can't work. Like 10,000 lot, like over in a few seconds. No, never, never, ever that's happening.
It is crazy. Like when someone showed me that, they're like, "Hey, look at what they're doing." I'm like, "Yeah,
No one's going to provide you even enough liquidity to do that, especially on a MetaTrader right here.
yeah." But I mean, even if you could, so this is the thing too, right? You can get those executions, but you're not going to get the price you think you're going to get. Like you can open up a million lot trade. It doesn't mean you're going to get like the price that you see on your screen. Like what is it right now? Like 1704.
Yeah,
Like you're
17.
not going to get this price. You know what your price you're going to get? You're going to get like 1703. Right, it'll execute, like you'll open, but you're just not going to get the price because there's no contracts available for that size
Yeah.
in your book, your depth of book, right? And it's like, it's unfortunate that like half the internet, well, I mean, I would say 90% of the internet is clueless when it comes to actually how execution Forex works. Because if you knew that, you would realize, you're like, how did that person open up two 10,000 lot trades at the exact same time at the exact price? It's next to impossible. But then it's like, oh no, it can be done. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so if people are wondering, if you open that big of a lot size, there has to be an opposite position open on the other end as well.
Yeah,
So,
you have to have the book depth, right? Like you,
yeah.
you see it on your side, like with Dominion Markets, you guys have an aggregator, Traders Domain as an aggregator. You can see all the contract sizes, and there's no way that it would support that.
This is cool info. Yeah, like this is stuff people don't look into and read about, And I think that's why bigger positions, get slipped a little bit more because they got to match the order that you're trying to execute. And they're like, well, can't find it. The next 2-3 milliseconds, they found it, and then your order gets in.
Yeah. But I mean, those are things that like people don't know because they don't know anything about FX other than like opening a trading view chart, right? Like, but I mean, whatever. It's, for size orders, do you need exact same size? No. Basically, what happens is in the FX market, you have a depth of book. So what that means is that there's like liquidity available. So as you open up an order, it would fill up the entire book depth, right? So think of it like as a scale or a schedule, right? So you open up like a 0.1 position or a one lot. There's like a wider, almost like an hourglass or like a pyramid setup, right? As you go higher up with those larger size contracts, the less liquidity is available. It doesn't mean that your order won't get executed. It means that like you're going to hit top of book. So what'll happen is like, say you open up like a 500 lot trade. So the majority of the trade will open in the middle of the book, right? So that's where you get your pricing optimal. And then the last part, because you may hit top of book, get executed at the worst price. So then the aggregated price or your average price becomes a little bit worse than what you see. That's the biggest challenge. The other issue too is a lot of people don't realize this is MetaQuotes is not built for order depth. When people look at your market order, like Raja's got his screen open. So if he goes into the market watch and the book depth, that depth of book is not accurate to his actual brokerage, because MetaQuotes doesn't have the functionality to support that. A lot of people don't realize that the book depth on your brokerage is not accurate, because there's no way to stream that data into your book depth, because your aggregator is a separate module compared to your actual MetaQuotes. So a lot of times when people take trades, you talk about getting slipped. Technically, sometimes you're not getting slipped. It just means that MetaQuotes isn't fast enough to keep up with the price that you have on your depth of book. So like if you're running a fixed API connection, you would basically see that happen in real time, and you would see that more accurate price, because book depth on your aggregator is different than what you'd see in MetaQuotes. I mean, it doesn't happen often, but this is just with larger size positions. People that are trading under 100 lot, they're not really impacted by that. It's just if you're trading bigger lot sizes, or you're trying to do multiple positions, right? So if you started to hammer multiple positions right now, like, Raja trades like 150 lot, 200 lot. If he hammered multiple positions right now and sells, it would open up one position, like where you see sort of the bid ask right now. And like probably the next couple positions would go way below that. Just because he can't get that book depth. If that's just hammering it, like if you were to click it multiple times really fast, because you don't get the refresh. But if you take your time and refresh, then you get the execution on the order.
Yeah, so it's not about the internet, right? At the end of the day.
No, it has nothing to do with internet.
Yeah.
No.
So when people say, well, things went bad with your trade because of your internet, that's basically not the case.
Yeah. The biggest challenge too is the MetaQuotes. They don't care to update or make their software better, because they have a monopoly on the market, right? So like they don't really care. So you'll have, because the other thing is too, what ends up happening is when you have a problem, what do? You blame your brokerage, right? You say, hey, my MetaQuotes did this, my MetaQuotes did that. And it's like, the brokers don't own MetaQuotes. We don't own it. We all license servers for MetaQuotes. They give us all the same crap. Like every broker has the same crappy connection. It's not your broker's fault, it's the software's fault. And that's not an excuse, that's a fact. If you run an API connection and you connect directly to liquidity, which Dominion Markets has, Traders Domain has, because they're a book, you're able to just, you'd see a huge difference in execution and price. But the thing is, the average retail trader doesn't care about that. They trade from their phone, right? And then MT5 locks up once in a while on your phone because you have to hard refresh it, right? And then you're like, you click on it and you don't realize it's not logged in or it's not refreshed, and then it locks out, and then you get this weird price, and you're like, oh, MetaQuote screwed up, it's the broker's fault. It's like, no, it's not the broker's fault. Like, you didn't even realize your MT5 was not even connected correctly.
Oh, so what's this? Did your education somehow help you in trading? Probably not. Futures market, an alternative to large account. Futures market, yeah, could be. I honestly don't know much about the futures market. What do you think about the 20 pips challenge? Well, why not make it a 35 or 24 pip challenge? Why a 20 pip challenge? Can you create your own piece of software like MT5 and just use your broker's API? Yes, you can. But I guess MetaQuotes has a huge monopoly. So that's one of the biggest reasons why there aren't many around. Like we have cTrader, but cTrader isn't as out there. So MetaQuotes have been there for a long time, and there's been basically been no competition for them at all. Will MetaTrader get updated? New functions? Who's behind that? I don't know. I think you can just Google all that stuff. Who's behind MetaTrader? Every once in a while they do the updates, and the last change I saw in the last 7-8 years was they added the change percentage thing in the end, and they added some colors, I guess, and general font. That's it. When you take losses, they always seem to be on 20-50. When you take trades, 100 more, take losses, how be so sure? It just comes with confidence, Adam. Comes with a lot of confidence. It's like the same thing, like, when you see Kobe Bryant do like a dunk, and sometimes he takes 2 steps. Most of his best dunks are in 2-step dunks. If you look at the games, you'll see that. But, some dunks, he just, let them go halfway, are on 3 steps or 4 steps. Can you take 4 steps? No, right? No, I don't think so. Yeah, you can? Yeah, 3 steps.
The Euro step, right?
Yeah. So it all comes down to like confidence and how much have you seen certain things happen. How did you calculate risk when you were a beginner? Simple mathematics. Just used basic math. That if I have $1,000 account, 0.1 lot is equal to, let's say $1 a pip. Just simple math. Uncle Ted, how do we trade NFP? Maybe don't trade
buy or
NFP.
Sell.
Yeah, or buy or sell. Will market fluidity intake open till 14 September? Yes.
You've been wrong in your analysis? Yeah, all the time.
All right, let's see here. Do you stop loss of pending orders for NFP? No, my mouse is on the close button all the time. Whenever a buy stop or sell stop gets activated, it's all on there. Do you have a Twitter or YouTube? He lives in the Amazon, so they don't have access to Twitter or YouTube. The Amazon addresses don't exist on those platforms. The tree to the north, next to the river.
How is your sell position in gold? It was closed a long time ago.
Someone probably took sells.
Yeah, I know. People are so stupid. I closed my sell a long time ago.
Oh, Uncle Ted took sells. Okay, sell.
Yeah.
It's breaking the low. All right, perfect.
Yeah. Why did you delete everything from your Instagram? I didn't delete everything from my Instagram. I just cleaned it up. That's all.
Does currency pairs affect USD as much as affected gold? No. USD affects gold. Euro USD has USD in it, so that's gonna affect gold because it's a change in the USD. Do you let GJ run on pre-market to pre-New York like gold? If there's a optimal opportunity to maybe hold a trade like that, then yes, sure. Will market fluidity be available on black market? I don't know. Probably on AliExpress you can find it there. So pound yen is just ranging here now. Right here. It's time to retrace. But gold just waiting for NFP at this point. NFP. Do you know people who has 0 to 1 logic strategies which trade automatically on a robot? I'm asking because I want to create something like that. I'm a programmer. See, from what we've seen over the past 7-8 years on, about robots is that every robot that was marketed on social media, that it failed. It made profits for the first, let's say, a month, and then just straight drawdowns and just disasters. That's what we've seen. We're testing one now on our platform, but it's been 2 months, and so far the returns aren't that good. They're like 1, 2, 3% negative. So it's very tough to build a profitable robot.
Yeah, It's funny because I have a few people that are working on robots as well, and they failed miserably. And these guys are quants. The person that I'm working with has a PhD in mathematics, and they still can't figure it out, just because of the fact that there's too many variables. And even when you're building your robot, and if you use like a Monte Carlo simulation where basically you keep basically having the robot get smarter. So what you do is you do AI where you have machine learning. And what machine learning is it basically teaches itself and it rewards itself for good behavior, right? So you have an algorithm that takes good trades. It gets positive reinforcement by those trades, and then the machine learning takes over. The challenge right now in the markets is because it's so choppy, you're not able to manage that. And the thing is, what ends up happening is as the market cycles shift every quarter, the algorithm eventually blows up. And that's the problem with EAs right now. And anybody that's marketing like an EA online, just stay away from it. It's not worth it. People will say, hey, it's been working for the last 6 months or last year or whatever. It will blow up. It's bound to blow up because there isn't enough brain power on social media to actually perfect something that is long lasting. And truthfully, if it was long lasting and it was good at what it was doing, like why are you giving it away?
Yeah.
It's just it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, if you got something that's consistently making you money, why would you give it away for $100 a month?
Yeah.
I'd probably charge that like 5,000 a month or 10,000 a month. Here, load up
100%.
Load up like $100,000 and make free money, but I want this much a month. You know? Let's get a train to smash the like button for Raja. Okay, thank you. I've started to play chess online while waiting for trades. It made me a lot more patient, disciplined, and consistent. Yes, that's one way to go about it. How did you close that trade on $300? Yeah, I closed it at basically break even. All fun and games until you start losing both chess and chess and forex. Trading in the zone, but didn't completely understand psychology and trading. Can you explain? I think psychology and trading is not built through a book or a webinar or a course or like some yoga meditation shit. It's not built through that. I think psychology and trading is just built by logically knowing how many decisions you want to make around money in a day. That's it. And to me personally, and to a lot of hundreds of people out there who are profitable now through the streams, it just boiled down to 1 or 2 trades a day. That's it. That's basically just it.
Said you were in cells like I was. No, I said I closed cells. I asked you about your position. You called me stupid. Yeah. I took that as offense. Well, I guess we'll get canceled soon.
Why'd you take that as offense, man? Come on. That's an offense. You probably don't know who Andrew Tate is then, I guess.
Your status. Your status is wrong.
Your status is wrong. You know what's hilarious? I asked women here, and I asked, do you guys know Andrew Tate here? They all said, no, we don't know. He hasn't basically populated on female, feeds as much as men feeds.
Not surprised. That was a whole big 10 minutes of nothing with him.
It in the last 6 months, man, just blew up. Slowly, that is just gonna fade away. in like next 2-3 months, it's just going to be gone. That's the great thing about the internet. If you're relevant, you're relevant. And if you keep saying the same things for, let's say, 4 or 5 months, and slowly it just gets old and no one really wants that anymore. They've blocked his bank accounts. Oh, wow. Crazy. Got really big. What's the meaning of your name? It means king. Yes, it does mean. It actually means prince. So I'm a subcontinent prince here through heritage. And in our kingdoms, you don't make mistakes. You learn lessons. Why decreased leverage on gold? The biggest reason why there's a decreased leverage on gold and indices is because they're very fast moving indices. There's a lot of volatility, and a lot of people lose like substantial amount of money when there are huge moves. So a lower leverage just helps you lose less. You know, if you're really going to go balls to the wall, it's just going to help you lose less. And trust me, even 100 to 1 is still a lot of leverage to use. It's still a lot. You know, like I'd say like 50 to 1 is still good. Like, I mean, if you're only risking 1 to 2%, you know, that's still pretty good. Would you agree that price action US30 or SPY is better than FX and gold? I heard about this. Well, you heard a rumor. Why don't you just test it out? Test it out and then see which is better, or is it all the same? I think price action is just the same, provided you have right environments for volume. Why do you need to make, why did you, I guess the question would be, what led you to, you know, have our own platform? I think the biggest reason why was because I paid godsmackingly amount of money to Vantage FX back in 2018, 2019. I paid a lot of money in commissions to Vantage FX with the way I was trading. And I said, I will ask myself, well, you know, I think it would be financially better to trade if we just had our own platform. And maybe, yeah, like, you know, like that was the whole idea behind it. I used to it and now confused about my lots. Oh, yeah. Just gotta use lower lot. It's not even about the lot size at the end of the day. It's about how much you're risking. How much are you planning to risk on a certain trade? That's all what it is. And I think a lot of people don't understand how lot size play a large like, you know, role in execution of trades, because sometimes you may have noticed that if you use a buy stop and a sell stop, and if it's more than the average lot size you use, sometimes it doesn't get executed. Meaning why? Because it was way too big that you were permitted to use. Oh, what's this over here? Never shared a lot, but have looked at this algo. I use it since 2 years. Deactivated during big news. Oh, very nice. Beautiful. Consistent gain over here since 2020. Oh, wow. It smashed COVID over here. Just smashed it, man. And then it smashed the vaccines. COVID came and, oh, we got vaccines. Oh, it smashed it. Beautiful. It's actually very nice. Yeah, it didn't really do much for Russia and Ukraine thing when they happened in February. About consistency, where did you knew you were a consistent trader? I didn't know I was a consistent trader. I just knew logically what would make sense for me to lose less. Because an inconsistent trader is someone who loses money all the time, over trades, over leverages, stuff like that. So if you remove those, I would say if you remove those qualities from a trader of over trading and over risking, then it becomes a consistent trader, right? And not over trading is like maybe just 1 to 2 trades a day. So logically, that would make sense, you know. And once you take 1 or 2 trades a day, you go over trade. Because I remember when I was young, I would always come back from school And my father would say, hey, son, listen, you're the prince of our kingdom because your name is Raja. You need to go over everything you did in school for the next 8 hours. And trading for me is basically the same thing. I take 1 or 2 trades a day and then I go over those trades. If it's a winning trade, I try to see, okay, how could I have had a better entry? Because, better entries mean a better return. If it was a losing trade, what could I have done to reduce this loss, or what could I have done to maybe not take that same trade? Who is Uncle Ted? Mentor Uncle Ted. Uncle Ted is a unicorn. I think GJ will use this NFP to finally fly out of this range. Well, we'll see. We shall see. Is that literally a gamble? And over 10 trades on news I've lost 8 of them with 60 pip drawdown. At that point, I moved away, but I won't be using stops. Oh, nice. You're here for the vibe. Perfect. Can I request to increase my account leverage? Hey, are you going to fetch 500 to 1 on gold and indices? It's never going to be over 500 to 1. And you don't need that. Trust me. You don't need that. 500 to 1 is still, painstakingly a lot of leverage. Are you still offering 25,000 to anyone who lasts more than 6 months in a funded program? This guy has also had Coffee Ted. I think 6 months. 6 months is a long time. I think 200 to 1 leverage is more than enough. Yep. Okay, great, amazing comment here. Please say something which can inspire who are having trouble. Just look at yourself in the mirror. If your condition doesn't, put you in an emergency situation to change some habits, I don't know what's going to inspire you or motivate you. That's what you got to look at. You can take 1 or 2 trades a day, and today you said you made mistake exiting the trade early. If you enter again, would it be the second trade? Yeah, it's going to be probably a buy stop or sell stop, and that's going to be a second trade. Can you do short clip video about how to register and buy market fluidity intake? What? Ibra Dooley. All right, let me do this right here. We're going to get your name, and then we're going to get your email. And if you do somehow try to buy market fluidity, we're just going to cancel it. Make a video on how to buy that. Yeah. Maybe you should leave this channel and probably go to someone else's channel and just go watch one of those hip hop music streams. Just do that, because this is probably not the best thing here for you. Did you get a fade? No, but I'm going to get a fade later on. Toxic. How much percentage you used to lose per day when you started trading? My first account, I lost 100%. It was wild, because back then I had like a $1,300 account, $1,500 account, and I was using like 1 lots on it. 1 lots, 0.5 lots. Because I had money in the bank. I was like, yeah, 1 lots, whatever. Didn't have a clue about risk management. And slowly, as you get mature in the market, as you try to understand that, making little gains over time, maybe aiming for 1% a day, 2% a day. Sometimes you get that runner that runs into 4 or 5%. That's way better than over risking the amount or the account and aim for 10% or 15%. Because imagine you're risking 10, 15% on a $500 account. That's perfectly fine. But a 10% to 15% on a $500,000 account, that's a whole nother thing. That's 50 grand you're risking. That's a lot. So managing risk consistently, patiently comes from a small account. There's no magic wand that can resolve your problems. The solution rests with our work and discipline. Not my quote. Do you ever trade crypto? No. Why not? Is your way of trading less applicable there? No, I just don't want to trade crypto. There's not much historical technical information on crypto to trade it. So that's why I don't.
I'm
Torre
still
doesn't.
confused with
Yeah.
crypto in a way, anyways, because a lot of crypto people that believe in crypto, they just hope for things. Like there hasn't been anybody that's ever talked to me about crypto that is like a big believer in crypto that has been able to give me a proper argument to support the validity of a certain crypto, other than the fact that it's like, oh, there's only a certain amount of supply. It's an inflation hedge. It's the future. It's really funny when you hear people talk about crypto that are very like pro crypto. They get so offended when you ask them for like a logical statement behind the rationale of crypto, and then they just get insulted and they're like, "You don't know. You're too old to understand what crypto is going to be. Crypto's the future." And it's just like I just laugh after that. I just like people live on hope. I hope it goes up to 100K. I hope BTC goes up to 100K. It's like, how's it going there? I don't know how. It just is because all the institutions are now buying Bitcoin. There's like no logic.
Yeah, it's very tough for BTC and stuff to go up because I mean you also got to understand like people need to have money to drive the price up, and no one's got money now. You got interest rates high. People literally don't have, because for the Bitcoin price to go up, someone has to buy it to produce scarcity in the market so that price can go up a little bit. But there aren't people with money to buy cryptos at this point. BTC will be at 100K within 2 years. Watch where BTC goes next year. I don't think it's going to happen to 100K in 2 years. 2023 is going to be, it's going to be bad for a lot of people, man, especially for these hypothetical investments like cryptos.
It's really funny. I mean, like I said, there's no doubt that digital currency is the future, but once again, the government isn't just going to allow like millions of people to get rich. Like, just use your common sense. When in history have you seen millions of average people get rich? It doesn't happen. And I just really hate to burst people's bubbles, but that's a reality check. Okay, rich people stay rich, poor people stay poor. There's a small percentage of poor people that become rich, but for the most part, the majority of people are just average. You just sit in the middle class. It's just, you just have to accept that. And if you're poor or middle class and you want to become rich, you have to work harder and you have to do more than the average person. That's it. That's the key to success. Outwork everybody around you. That's it.
Yep. When someone buy a course, that person can trade with you every day? No, you have to trade on your own. Middle class and lower class aren't buying crypto. Oh, yes, they are. Very much so they are. The people in the higher classes, I don't think they're putting their life savings in crypto to make them rich because they're already rich.
Well, it's funny because like people are always telling me, they're like, hey, all these billionaires are buying crypto and that's what's pushing crypto up. And I just sort of laugh because I'm like, those billionaires have already made money in so many other investments that they don't care where crypto goes, because if crypto goes up, they get richer. If crypto goes down, they write it off on their taxes as a loss in their investments. So it's a win-win situation for them because their tax they have tax implications for everything that they do.
Crypto has already made people rich, those who were brave. Yes, that's true. So that's the same thing. How many more people are the governments allowed to get rich? How would you proceed to pass a funded challenge? I don't know, just 1 to 2 trades a day. I think the only reason you should be going for a funded challenge is if you have proven to yourself that you are already a consistent trader. Inconsistent traders will keep on losing the challenges. Keep on losing. All right, we got 45 minutes left here for NFP. This is going to be the greatest NFP of this year. I'm not sure if we've had a greater NFP of this year, but this will be the most insane NFP of this year. Most insane NFP. Legendary trade coming. How can I meet you? If you meet me, you meet me. Why will this be different? Because, because the last NFP was pretty wild. They had very, very good numbers and gold tanked, so I think the same thing is going to happen here today. You are rude. You have developed some bad ego. Thank you. Bad boy.
you're more than welcome to go over to the Snowflake stream where they just hug you all day and make you feel better.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey guys, next time don't use these terms. People get offended. we have to have an emergency meeting about the terms we use on the live stream. Yeah, sure. Perfect.
The way you treat people is very arrogant. So what?
What's the fun in being boring? Come on.
But it's funny because people think that you owe them something. Like this is like people turn around and they get upset when comments like this are made, and it's like I don't owe people anything. Like you come here to learn, you get the rapture. Like, sorry, maybe you should think maybe this is telling you something that you're not cut out for this. If you're asking stupid questions, like it's just, that's life. Like I try and tell people this, like I would rather have someone insult me at like the Formula One racing instead of me crashing into a wall and dying. Like I would rather someone tell me like, hey, you can't take your Ferrari out on the F1 track, you'll die. Because this is what happens. You're stupid. Like you're too tall. You don't have the coordination. Your body doesn't have the right strength. Like I rather hear like direct stuff and be insulted than, oh, go take your car out and then you smash into a wall and die. And then you're like, oh, why didn't anybody tell me?
Have you seen these well they're not rumors, but these things that came out after the I think it was the 2010 or 2012 Olympics, where they came out and said that the greatest of the greatest athletes, they were really verbally abused during trainings.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, you can't win because you're too short. You got to do better. You think they took offense? That's why they did the best at this point. Have you been scared to place the trade? Yeah, in the beginning lots of times, but then turned out it's just some logical things you have to do. The purpose of the crypto is anti-government. To be honest, people shouldn't buy it to get rich. How to give them revenue? See, for me right now, crypto, for me right now, is a way to transfer funds. That's it. I'm not holding to make millions and billions. No, it's for me to transfer funds from one person or company to another. That's it. And quick. Do you think your students can control your strategy in 3 months? 3 months? We've had people here who've gotten disciplined in 3 weeks. Probably that was because they've been watching us for so long, or maybe like a light bulb clicked. And some people are very logical people, right? Some people aren't that emotional at all. And their decision-making skills all revolve around concrete logic that, okay, you know what, I bought this program and all they talk about is 1 to 2 trades. Okay, let's try 1 to 2 trades. I have a stable job. I get good money. So if this trading thing works out in a month from like 1 to 2 trades, perfect. Works out to be great. Thank you, sir. Talking about me? Yes, sir. Cats or butt. Do you wear socks in bed? This defines the forex gains? No, I don't. Socks in bed. All right, we got 10 minutes left for the NY close, and as you can see, price has just been consolidating on gold before a very, very high volume event. And the way price is structuring itself, I do think that before the news, we may continue pushing up over here. And as it's moving up, you could say, oh, look, it's pricing in the news. pricing in the bad numbers they're expecting. And all of a sudden, numbers are going to come out, price is going to move up, guys are going to get happy, and then boom, straight down. Um, 45K profit on Dominion Market since August 1. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. What's this? Trading book. Trading book recommendations, please. Just watch the chart. And there are some videos in the playlist I have for people, like, so you can go to the main playlist. There are some really, really good videos I've highlighted. Do you still hold Tesla shares, and what are your thoughts? Oh, I have no idea. All right. All right. Let's see here. Do you live Bourverde and Chinkuski? No, I stay the hell away from Brampton. Even when I used to live in Ontario, I would do my best to stay away from Brampton. Because accidents happen there in ways there can't even be an accident ever. You could get an accident over there. So try to stay away. Can you show us the YouTube revenue? Why? Why would I show you my YouTube revenue? Why don't you show me how much you got in your bank account and how much you make a week or bi-weekly checks? Do you use Weed? I do not use Weed. How to buy Market Fluidity course without a PayPal account? Well, you got to read the description. When is the announcement for Dominion Market Leaderboard Challenge? It's already running right now. The Dominion Markets Leaderboard Challenge, it's already open and running. We're probably going to give an update later on. And, well, the update is going to be on Instagram, but it's going to end at the end of September. Send him a message on Instagram. I am not on Instagram. Oh, Telegram. Yeah, I'm not on Telegram. So I don't know who the hell you're trying to send a message to in Telegram, but that's not me. Even if you send me a message and you somehow find me, you're never gonna get a reply on Telegram from me. What do you think about your USD? Depends on NFP. You gotta wait for NFP. Which pair, gold or GJ, you will trade is going to be on gold. Buy stops and sell stops. Love from Tamil Nadu. Hey, thank you, thank you. Hey. Ted's favorite student, Shama.
He was in Vancouver the other month. We went out for breakfast.
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
Yeah, he's doing good.
That must have been like what, 2 years apart, 2-3 years.
I hadn't seen him in like 3 years because I went out for lunch with him when I went up to Brampton in Toronto, and then he came out to Vancouver, so I saw him. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice, very nice. The Chinese indicator, yeah, we'll see about Chinese indicator. Let's see what the Chinese indicator is saying. Let's take a look at the pre-market data here first. Oh, funny, you're right. Pre-markets first thing comes up. IC markets. Goals. Stocks making the biggest moves pre-market. Lululemon. Oh, okay. So yeah, we're basically flat lined over here. Nothing's really happening, and we're flat lined. The Chinese indicator is saying gold up since it's saying euro, the dollar is weak. Ted coming to Miami? I have no idea, no clue. It's always a surprise.
Yeah, I'm gonna see. I might make it out. I don't know.
Oh, nice, very nice. Yeah, the weekend works. Weekend would work. It's like last time. It's insane, crazy. I took sell here. Where did I go wrong? Oh, you took sell over here in this minor uptrend over here. Seems like I see you take sells in uptrends and it works out. What? No. I take sells in uptrends when we break a support. When we create support, we break it, then you can, because like, hey man, it was moving up. Look at this exhaustion right here. It's very difficult. But how did the candle? Yeah, the candle was still open over here. So did you manage risk on this candle? You could have managed risk over here. Will quantitative tightening have an effect? Is that in the third quarter? The QE? Is that when they
Yeah,
decide they want to print more money or not?
gonna do that next quarter.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna make an effect or not. Maybe it could because they got to run up the economy from the holiday sales. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, legal money laundering, quantitative easing.
I don't like your Twitter display picture. Please file a complaint with the I don't care department. I have nothing. I'm a ghost. Or meet up with your students. They're around. Usually people find me. What are your thoughts on SMC? Did you ever try it starting? I don't even know what SMC is.
Spring Hill Suites, Orlando Airport. Sorry I'm late. What are we looking for to execute and where to place stop loss? Buy, sell in 15 pip stops. How did
Like
you
us to follow on social media? No, I don't care for people to follow me on social media.
wanna cry?
Doesn't help me.
Do you think China overtake USA? I think it's going to take a long time. It's going to take a long, long time. Like this news you hear on the internet and everywhere that, you know, like China, Russia, they ganged up to create their own currency and stuff like that. Like the US dollar has been like the main fiat out there for so long. It's not just going to be over the weekend that, oh, now the China, Russia, like, you know, their currency is the best. If that's going to happen, it's going to take a long time, a very, very long time. And you'll have to convince everyone to stop taking payments in the US dollar too. Like we order stuff from China all the time and they don't say pay us in ruble or yuan. This an invoice in US dollars still. Your win rate is between 70 to 80%. No, it's not. It's like 60%. Oh, €2 donated by Wolf of Wall Street. I have 500k MFF account just because of Raja. Very nice. And you only donate €2? Come on, man. At least pay me enough so I can buy food. Are you going to be in Raul's Friends podcast in Miami with Alex? I don't know. We'll maybe like Wednesday or Thursday. We'll see. Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah, we'll see. India is banning all forex brokers in India and would issue legal notices to the participants who will be having an account in these brokers such as OctaFX and Olymp Trade. Oh wow, crazy. India does not want you to win or lose. Basically, they don't want you to lose. What podcast was that called? It hasn't been recorded yet, so it's not called anything. All right. NY Open has descended upon us. And we are consolidating over here now. We have 30 minutes left to place buy stops and sell stops. Well, 28 minutes and some seconds. We should wait. I think that's going to be a good idea for anyone trying to do something on NFP. Just wait. Does NFP affect indices? Yes, it does. Hey, Raza. Oh, Raza, a new name. Will you go to the United States? Yeah. Raza, Reza, Raju, Raja.
How do you stay consistent with the same stop loss every trade? Just take the same trade all the time. And I think the majority of people that like post questions in the gulag, they should ask the question out loud to themselves first and like role play and be like, hey, if I'm gonna ask this in public, what does it really sound like?
Yeah, if 2,000 people are going to listen to this, what does it sound like? Let's see over here, we have 3,200 people here today. Awesome. I remember a Spanish guy in London calling you Raka. Yeah, there's a guy who called me Raja. Hey, Raja. Oh, because they can't say J's. In Spanish, J is a ha. Raja.
Yeah, like Jesus.
Like Jesus. When I came new to Canada, the guy was called Jesus. I was called Jesus. Hey, Jesus. And then the guy said, hey, the J is the H. You don't say J. Oh, Jesus makes sense. The banks are watching. Yeah, that's true. The last time we thought the banks were watching, when they shut down the stream, it turned out YouTube deleted the channel. The banks were like, hey, shut this shit down.
Yeah, that's right.
YouTube turned the switch off. Oh.
Raja, someone is impersonating you, has tried to scam you with copy trading before.
Oh, shit. Did you fall for it?
Call the internet, please. They'll be over to your house shortly.
Yeah, this is awesome right here. We're consolidating. If we do break above, I think 17.11. 40 pips, nothing big. Breaking down would be much better for me, to be honest.
Yeah, I think NFP will be a blip up, and then for the most part, the rest of the day it'll drop. I just think that the rest of the time it's just going to continue to move down. I think we could be disappointed with NFP this time.
I hope so too. I hope so. Who posts the analysis on Dominion markets? They're very good. They're one of our great members of Market Fluidity, Mr. Salim Yakubi. Do you know what butt crack means in Spanish? No. Oh, no, it doesn't. No, Raja, there's no word as Raja in Spanish. Trust me, I'm the prince of my kingdom. I would know that.
In 4 years or 5 years of doing this, right? So when did you start this? 2018, right?
We started somewhere in 2018, yeah.
Yeah, so it's now 2022, almost the end of 2022. So almost like 5 years of live streams. The level of like competency has moved up like maybe like 3%.
Yeah.
Because like if I want to come entertain myself, I just come here.
Because more people are legal enough to trade now than they were 3 years ago. That's the issue.
Bro, what are the updates on gold? Well, it seems like it's cloudy with a chance of showers. What's your view on US 30? Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, this is the current weather update for gold. Buy stops and sell stops.
Ted, I think everyone's waiting for you to tell them what to do.
Yeah. From your experience, is it possible for a $200 account to get to 2,000 by December? Oh, let me answer that question very, very easy. First of all, I would have to have experience doing that. And second of all, I don't even understand how that's even relevant. Like, are you hoping to buy like a PS5 on like Christmas? Is that what you're trying to do? Get $2,000 by December?
Maybe there's a timeline they need to pay somebody.
That's true.
Oh, by the end of the year, bro.
Yeah, by the end of the year, I got $200. Get to work.
Bro, I got 200, but I'm back to work. By the end of the year, I'm gonna have 2,000. How do I grow taller? I think it depends on selective breeding, like what your parents were, what your great parents were, what their heights were.
Seriously, man, Raja, kick these people out.
So that basically.
No, actually, if you go to space, you actually grow taller because in outer space there's less gravity, so your bones expand. Yeah.
Ted,
So
why are you even entertaining these people?
no, I'm just letting you know, like you grow an extra few inches if you're in space, and then your spine compresses when you come back. That's why astronauts, when they come back from outer space, they have to stay like in a special like hospital and stuff for like a couple of weeks, so their body like decompresses and gets used to gravity again.
So what if you're a frequent flyer? Because the gravity is less on the. For real. Oh man. Hey, don't speak if you're not Raja or Ted. Oh, nah. This is Friday, man. It's a trolling
It's
Friday.
true. It's true. Check space. Check the information about outer space. You actually grow taller.
I think someone's hating on me, man, because I can unmute myself.
Astronauts in space can grow up to 3% taller. Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah, see?
Oh, you can gain as much as 2 inches if you're in space, if you're 6 feet tall. Interesting, yeah.
Dave teaches FX. Come to my stream later, Ted. I have some questions.
You can ask them right here.
Yeah, that's about to say, like, there's no time like the present.
All right, we got 20 minutes left for NFP. We're consolidating. That's good. That means there's going to be a lot of volume at that time. So that's great at this point. Pound yen, on the other hand, is trying to continue pushing up to 162.550.
Hey, Raja, your Twitter post earlier on, which looked at sort of the non-farm employment change, you said it's going to be big news. Even if the actual beats the forecast, are we saying it's still sort of not good because the previous was so high?
Yeah, because of what? I'm sorry?
Because the previous was sort of 528k. So even if the actual beats the 295 forecast, are we still saying it's bad for the US dollar? Is that what your post?
Oh, that big news, that basically meant that there's going to be a big move. There's going to be a big move. But obviously, like, if it's more than the forecast, then it's basically great for the dollar.
Okay.
But there's a difference, right? Because if you look at, okay, so where is it? It's right here. Yeah, right. So they're expecting 295 and their previous was 528. If it has to be really, really good for the dollar, it has to be more than 528. It has to be more than the previous outcome if it's going to be great for the dollar.
If it was more than the 295, is it still good for the dollar?
Yeah, it's still good for the dollar. It's still good. But I don't think it's going to be as good to maybe move price a lot, So, but if it's worse than 295, then it's terribly bad for the dollar. Because then that would mean we haven't gone to that level in, like, months. Like the last time we were there, it was like last
September.
year. Yeah, well, January.
December, yeah. January, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see.
Cool. Thank you.
We're still patiently waiting over here. Perfect. You're really good with technical. You should start trading Forex. Yeah, I think so. I think so. We'll see. We'll see. Just had my first 5K day on my funded account. Thank you for your knowledge. Oh, nice. TG Banks. Very nice. Beautifully done. Do you mean market candle times are not to the local time zone? They're not, because the daily and on the 4-hour candles, well, the liquidity opens at a different time, so that's why. But all the other candles, you're going to see that they're still the same. Worse than 225 will give a monthly pullback, bigger liquidity, upper gold wick. Yes, that's exactly what I was just thinking, Biggie. Like, that's what we were talking about earlier as well, when Ted said, well, the monthly needs to have top wick. So maybe that push up on gold make that top wick. Maybe, we'll see. That's all assumptions too, but we'll see how things play out here today. Let's take a look at what's happening for the rest. Oh, we got more interest rate increase for CAD. Damn. Oh my God. Oh, Euro's also increasing the rates over here. Oh my Lord. Where was it? Yeah, right here, 1.25. Oh, wow, 1.2. I wouldn't be surprised if it pushes up to 1.5. A surprise mega increase over here. Jesus. So rough for people. All right, let's go next. When is US rate over here? Pound. Oh, they haven't announced it yet. They're going to increase the rates as well. Crazy, crazy, crazy things. All right. Oh, yeah, we got the FMC over here as well, man. This is insane. What are they going to do? Are they going to keep the rates the same, or are they going to keep increasing it till the end of the year and then wait for people to just burn and bleed in 2023? I think that's like a better plan, right? To make money. Just, wow. Interesting.
So if you're looking to take trades with gold, below 1702 will probably be valid to 1695. If we're going up, probably above 1709, back up to like 1719, if that's the case. So those are sort of your ranges. I'm not going to repeat that. So if you weren't paying attention, that's your fault.
Someone's gonna say, what did Ted say? 7% profits for 3 months on live account. Is that the minimum we should do to keep the account? Yes. French index good to trade. Perfect. First they handed out money, now they're going to destroy it all. That's correct. That is absolutely correct.
Oh, I'm not taking any trades during NFP either, so don't ask me.
Can I buy market Fluidity selecting America city and buying American number? I'm from Pakistan. All right, trying to commit this crime over here. This is a digital crime you're trying to commit. But yeah, we'll let that slide. Do you ever just catch the correction? I used to, but now I don't. Okay.
And, and the thing is too, like when we're talking about like if we're taking buys, like ideally what you want to see is if we're going above this area over here, like a wick down to drive up. This is the candle that you're looking for. So like if NFP shows up today and it basically just does this, that's not a trade. Like you don't take that trade. Or if it just does this, that's not a trade either. For the average trader, you need a rejection here and a drive up here. So that this is the candle you're looking for. And if you're going down, you need a candle to do that, right? So, you know, inside your bigger candle that just flies up like this or flies down like this, you'll see this kind of setup, right? So that's what you're looking for. You look for that in that bigger candle up. And then you say, okay, well, I go on my 5 minute or my 15. And those are the time frames I can find those candles that are going to drive up, and then I'm aware of like where my next level is, so to speak. I want to just sort of pay attention to those things.
Since you guys both extremely profitable at this point in time, do I still journal your trades? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I journal them I journal the trades.
Yeah, I don't really journal trades anymore. I don't care to.
I journal the trades in my mind at this point now. Because if you're taking one trade or two trades, it's really easy to remember those trades. It's really easy to remember exactly what you did the day before or day before that.
Yeah, I think, you know, a lot of the stuff that you start doing at the beginning is to build a foundation so that you have the knowledge, right? Like if you're in the markets every day, you don't necessarily have to journal anything because you're like, it's like watching a soap opera, like you keep up with things. But like if you don't trade every day and you come back every couple of weeks, yeah, it'd be nice to keep a journal because then you can sort of catch up with stuff. It's just a lot of times people have to realize like you're given information that's the majority find helpful. It doesn't mean that you have to follow it or that it's right for you. I think that's the other context that people have to understand is just because we give information out that can assist you doesn't mean that you have to take it or that it'll work for you, right? It's just more of like, here are some ideas, see what fits best for you.
Raja buying or selling? Both. What was Ted drawing? Some rectangles. If I take 4 to 5 trades a day and make 2% daily on my capital, sure. Looks like you already do. Looks like you already do, son. Don't focus on the other guy, focus on what Raja and Ted are talking about.
So many other guys. Everyone's going to be that other guy.
How soon after buy, sell, stop, execute do you exit the trade? As soon as it goes in profits, I try to close the trade. And as soon as it goes in negative, I close the trade. So that's one thing about buy stops and sell stops. They're very quick trades, very fast. So you have to be very fast as well. You know, and during that time, if you're able to find out what the numbers were, if you're really quick, then you can maybe like prolong that decision to let the trade run or close half or secure some and let the rest run or whatever you want to do at that point. Oh shit, it's like watching the NASA mission. My heart is beating fast.
You're a new trader without telling me you're a new trader.
Will all my profits add up to my final balance? I didn't watch you for a week and now I'm already on 3M. Oh, no, this took longer than a week, trust me. What is your opinion of Andrew Tate? Amazing.
You're gonna get canceled now.
Oh, no, some things he said so misogynistic. We should not support a person like that. We should never ever support a person like that. Good thing it deleted him from social media. Can I request your doing market picture to move up beside the buy and sell? No, because there's no price moving over there, so it's good right where it is.
Yeah, it's actually pretty funny that they would cancel someone like that. Like that basically tells me that society is such like we're like in the biggest sheep phase of like the world, or like life in general, that you have to cancel someone because you're afraid that he's giving incorrect advice for people who are impressionable. Like, come on, like you're telling me you're 15 years old or 16 years old and you don't know how to act or behave like a proper person. Like that's beyond someone telling you how to do something. Like that's just stupid. uh, it's like I don't if someone tells me to jump off a bridge, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, sounds like a great idea. Like I'll evaluate like what's being said and then make a decision. But I guess now people can't figure it out for themselves, so they have to tell people to stop doing stuff. It's like when they tried to cancel Dave Chappelle. Like
Oh, I
how
remember
do you
that.
how do you cancel a comedian? Their job is to make jokes. Like you go to a comedy show because it's a joke. You're not supposed to take things serious, but then they cancel him. Oh, he's saying bad things about people. Like, give me a break.
Yeah, I think it was more to do with the core beliefs of the companies as well, where he was talking all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the companies have certain things in place and they were afraid you're going to get backlash from the media. That's basically why it happened. They didn't want to lose any sponsorship, like on a corporate level at least. Because, like, you know, guys at the top, they don't really give a shit what people says on their platforms. But if they see
Yeah.
that there may be some of a effect to them financially, they're like, oh yeah, we got to do something about it. But also, the new generation is also very soft as well, which they need to get strong.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Like, why are people in today's society very like soft? Like, what happened? Like, did you not like learn how to ride a bike and fall off it a couple of times? Like, you just carried your training wheels all the way? Like, just it's really interesting.
Actually, I do have a theory for that, which I believe, like the social media is affecting everybody so badly. So everyone wants to become a billionaire like in a day, in a week. So that's why, like there's so many people making so much money. So they say they were like, just I want live like them. So that's why I think it's making a pressure into them. So that's my theory. That's what I believe.
Yeah, but I mean, like I would never go on social media and be like, wow, that guy's making tons of money. So like now if I'm not successful like him, I'm doomed for failure. Like that's what it seems like, that people come on social media and they like crave like either interaction or validation. I think it's more so the fact that like people feel that they're inferior when they're not, and they just don't work on themselves enough. Like I think it comes the root of people in general, right? Like people don't want to work on themselves. They just look for instant gratification. And I don't know, it's just really weird. I just, even when before social media, like, you were at a job or even in school, like I remember when I was in school, like you saw someone doing well, it's just like you had to work hard. Like there was no like, oh, if I don't do that, I'm not going to be successful or good at stuff. It's just really weird.
All right, here we go. We got 5 minutes left. We have 5 minutes left. Everyone, stand at ease on my call. Buy stops and sell stops. Are we ready to right click and left click? Right click and left click. So
yeah, see, it's starting to drop, so I guess it's gonna fly up, right?
So for people who are new over here, the reason why I use buy stops and sell stops for the news here, specifically on the 30-minute candles, is because if price is going to move up, when price moves up, it makes higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and higher lows, right? So if the next candle is going to move up with a lot of volume, which we're going to get right here, if it breaks the high of the previous candle, then there's a high probability it's going to continue making a higher high, which in turn says that this should be activated and could make a monetary return. Same thing goes for sell stop. Sells below this candle, if the next candle breaks the low, then there's a high probability for it to continue pushing down and making a lower low, which is going to be much better for me because we got, like the trend is bearish on the monthly, daily, weekly. So that's why I use buy stops and sell stops. But I'm going to be careful with this sell stop right here because last time I got shafted. You're going to get slipped. Yes, you will get slipped. Everyone watching right now, do remember if you use buy stops and sell stops, there's a very, very high probability you're going to get slipped if there is a huge price change. Slippage can be anywhere between 40 to 50 pips. So just risk at your own accord.
Here's how I see it. If you trade a news event period, expect some type of slippage. That's how I see it.
That's correct.
Yeah, man, that's a part of the game.
Do you understand the news, or are you gambling with both buy and sell stop? I do understand the news, and I do understand that the trend is down. They're looking for a lower number, but last month we had a higher number. And this is something we also talked about here earlier on, that fundamentally nothing really has changed. So the number should be higher, which would drop gold, but it's NFP, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So whoever's trying to trade right now, I know it's a little bit late now, move 10% of your account in a new account, log into that account, and then trade that account. I know it's too late to do that now, but if you're quick, you can still move 10% to a new account and just do that. Last month was very bad slippage. Yes. Last month was very bad slippage. And no, don't risk 10%. Risk like maybe 1%, 2%. I'm scared. If you're scared, close the stream now.
Already dropping? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't make sense. I mean, I guess it's going to be mixed data. I think that's what it looks like. This will be mixed data. Right here, everybody's blown their accounts.
Welcome. Welcome, welcome. So currently the buy stop is above the 30-minute candle. And since we dropped, we're pushing up over here. And I guess the sell stop is going to be below this 30-minute candle. Just going to place it. Last time, a few seconds before the news, my sell stop got activated. And price just flew all the way up. I think that was CPI. Yeah. 8 seconds before. Spread just widened up to like 25 pips. All right. We have 30 seconds left. Let's see if we're going to have some sort of a substantial move here or not. The worst is going to be both get activated, but let's see here. Uh-oh, price has stopped. Oh, no way.
Damn.
No way. Did you see that?
Damn.
Price stopped, man. Look at that. Got slipped 70 pips.
Jeez.
Wow. Price literally stopped. And then it's like it barraged.
Teleported.
Yes, teleported. It basically teleported all the way up. Wow, crazy. Oh, 315,000. Okay, good numbers. Damn. Because now you could say, why is it moving up? Wow, yeah, this was crazy.
Unemployment rate went up, so that's bad. So that's why NFP was bad.
Unemployment rate went up. That means,
yeah, I think that'll be
bad.
It's gonna take over.
3.7%. That's a big number.
But see, it's mixed again, right? So now that's why gold is just sort of sifting around again. So now if you're smart and you think that gold's going to continue to drop, I would place a sell stop below 1704.
Yeah.
Because if this hourly becomes a rejection wick, you know that you're going to drive all the way down at that point. So this might be the last touch at like 1713 before we drive down now to 1680 if this one rejects. So anything below 1704, probably really good with sell movement there. And then you'd probably have to wait a bit to see where there's going to be a zone formed. Like I wouldn't put a stop loss above 1713. I'd wait for the next hourly candle. But if this rejection is truly a rejection and now we're starting to drop, the daily candle now will start to flip and you'll probably break all the way down. And if you're smart, you can wait for the daily candle to go all the way down to like 1697, 1698, and then grab it all the way down from 1698 all the way down to like 1690. You'll have a nice there if it does reject at that level.
Yeah, we'll see over there. Fastest way to lose 50 grand. Looks like I have to cut the Miami budget short here a little bit. Made a market entry at the top of the spike and scalped the way down. Mission, oh, very nice. You were a cowboy over there. But when this price stopped, I was like, uh-oh, this is not gonna end good. And then, boom. Damn. Just incredible. Should look at the monthly here. We made that top wick, but also at the end of the month we got FOMC. Don't get upset. Oh, I'm not upset at all. I'm not upset at all. Don't define me by my failures. Define me from my successes. Entered to buy, market execution, but it didn't let me close in profit. Yeah, because there was a lot of volatility. You see where my buy stop got pushed to? It got pushed to like 72 pips over here. It basically was at 1706, got pushed all the way there, and then it executed it, and then it came all the way down.
Pretty good as you've given content now for everybody else on the internet. Because they'll be like, Raja doesn't know how to trade. See what he did again?
See what he did again? He's a gambler now, this guy. This guy gambles money every day. See what he did again over here? Yeah, look at this. You guys gonna follow this guy? The dumb just got dumber. This is what 50,000 is. 1.6%. It's about the percentage at the end of today, not about the dollar. It's about the percentage. 1.6% was lost today. I got slipped so bad that the trade didn't even execute. Yeah, your lot size must have been too big. Didn't touch this one. Well done. Well done. 50,000 a deposit on a house. That's correct. Can you open my trade? You sent a file to your computer. Well done. He sent the address of the file on my computer. Pro Trader has 13,000 watching. Oh, where? Who is this Pro Trader? He stole the prime time from me. Ted, you know this guy, Pro Trader? How can someone steal the prime time from you? Oh, what? 11,000? Wow.
Oh, trader.
Oh my God. 11,000. Oh, what? Crazy.
I like people who wear their own, like they have their own gear and
Yeah.
swag, and they wear it all day. It's like a uniform that they're going to work with.
Wow. How does he have so many live viewers? I'm interested now. Biggest ever flip 1 million. What is... Are these real? No, it doesn't make sense because if he's got 14,000 people watching live, why are the subscribers so low? What is he talking about? What is he talking about on NFP?
Don't pay attention. But please, mind your rescue.
Exception, stream within a stream.
Oh, what the fuck?
Good, it went for my...
This doesn't make sense.
Chat. That level that I got... Shoot! Look at that shit! I'm so stressed, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. Ya Allah. Okay, the market has opened. Oh my God, look at that shit! Oh, look at that shit! Oh my God! Ladies and gentlemen, what? Wait. Good. It went for my
I don't
level.
know. I
Oh
wouldn't
my God!
Bells and stuff right now with gold.
Ready up for the sell,
I
ladies and
said I
gentlemen.
think
Okay,
you
ready
sort of
up,
have
ready
to
up.
wait for all this stuff to die down. Friday just may not be a trade day for you because of the high impact news.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you're going to take positions, it'll be below 1704. But you may have to wait a couple of days for it to get back there because obviously today's daily candle will finish bullish. It seems that way. The weekly candle finished bearish into that zone. So we're going to have a little bit of a whipsaw up in that weekly zone again. And we're going to continue to drop probably next week.
Hey, Ted. Hey, Raja. I think, Raja, you mentioned it earlier on, but the actual was higher than the forecast. So naturally, you'd expect the dollar value to get stronger, right?
Yes.
But is it because it's obviously the unemployment was down and the average hourly earnings was down? We're seeing sort of a mixed bag here.
Yeah, basically unemployment was higher, which caused the dollar to get weaker. And as Ted said before, I think unemployment it weighs down on the NFP outcome, which is why we're seeing this move here.
Yeah, and we saw that it was dropping a bit, but the thing is right now, the NFP movement, because the news was mixed today, this is why we have such a chop with NFP. Because back like a few years ago, NFP used to go with the current trend, so it would drive up, say, like for the rest of the day, and then come NFP, it would then, you would have the high for that point, and then it would drive down because the news correlated with the opposite. But here, it's always been so like lately it's been very confusing. So you've had mixed results with NFP and the unemployment, and then you can see what it's doing right now. It just whipsawed all the way back down, but you can't take sells yet because you don't have like a rejection at that point. It's still bullish because the next hour could potentially fill that zone that it just created on this time frame here. I think this is the hourly, so it could go all the way back up. So it's not like the old NFPs where NFP used to just drive like neither up or down and it was pretty easy to trade. This has been really, it's been very tough. So, I mean, if you didn't trade it, I mean, I think that's the smart thing to do.
Thank you, Ted. Really helpful.
Yeah, so I'm gonna head off over here, guys. Take care. Thank you, Ted, for joining on. I appreciate it. And for anyone else who participated, thank you, thank you.
Thanks, Roger. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, Ted. Thank you, Roger.
Roger looks pissed
Later,
off.
guys.
Okay, guys. See you.
All right, guys. Take care.
you.
Have a good weekend.
Adios.
Thank you. Bye
Adios, adios.
bye. Adios.
Khudafiz.
Khudafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz to you.
Salam.
Wa alaikum salam. Oh, gulag, gulag, gulag. This is probably going to be in the highlights now, losing 51,000. Shit. It's fine. It's fine. Adios.